for our next guest, I'd like to welcome Monica, please. So Monica, thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
We want to interview you because of what you do now in sobriety.
Okay.
In your recovery, but can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm a binge drinker. So I would drink for maybe 9 days straight, around the clock, and then get so sick. And then my mom would come and scrape me up off the floor, and then I'd start it all over again. I couldn't stop. And I started to drink to escape my feelings and didn't know that I was an alcoholic. And it kicked into high gear. I became a round-the-clock drinker, would sleep with my bottle, would make beds next to the toilet because I knew I would get so sick. I was throwing up blood. I couldn't really eat anything anymore. My hair was falling out in handfuls. If you drink enough, your skin, you can kind of like scrape at it and it'll peel off because you're so dehydrated. My stomach was as though I was 7 months pregnant. My life became very, very small.
Did you lose a job right away? Did that...
No, not right away. I was able to keep it together. And since you're talking about honesty, you know, I was able to lie to everybody. Employees, even my spouse, were really good liars. And I was able to convince everybody that I was okay, and then the lying really kicked into high gear. You know, there's all these excuses to cover up for the behavior. And I was dramatically changing physically. So much that it wasn't, I couldn't lie about it anymore. And I really hit a bottom in New York where I couldn't leave my hotel room for about 8 days. And when I came out of this blackout, there was broken glass all around the room, and I'd broken the hotel window, and I had no recollection of how that had happened. And then I flew back and basically drank till I got into the car accident and ended up going into rehab.
So it was a drunk driving accident. Heat was on, you went to rehab because it was the only thing left to do at that point.
Yeah, I went into it with an intention of, I'm gonna do this for 30 days.
Yeah.
I'll do it for my family because there's no way I can stop drinking. I can't stop drinking. But I did have some type of surrender in jail though. I did.
Jail usually does that to us, I guess.
Well, I'm not built for jail. The whole jail thing was really scary to me, and I really felt like I surrendered on a cot. I remember having a moment of, I don't want to live like this anymore. But I didn't think that I was able, mentally able, physically able to get sober.
So you get to this recovery home and then something clicks.
Yeah.
You know, what happened?
I remember getting to like 28 days, 27 days, and calling my mother and saying, it's working. I think I want to stay 30 more days. Then it'd get to 58 days, and I'd do the same thing. And it just kept going. And then around 90 days is when I started to wake up in the morning and not fear the day. That I was waking up thinking, today could actually be kind of cool. Today might be nice, you know? And I hadn't had that feeling in years, because it was always waking up with this, do I have enough vodka? I'm too sick to go get more. I don't know where my keys are. I don't know where my car is. I'm too sick. I'm gonna throw up getting, you know, it was just a struggle to have that tunnel vision of how do I get my next drink? And to not wake up with that was liberating.
Well, you know, when I talked to you yesterday, and you said, well, I don't know if I will be suitable for the show. I said, well, tell me about your story. And you said, well, I was on a bad mattress throwing up blood every day. I'm like, you're perfect. Come on out. Come on over. I mean, this is what we need to hear. And 3 years of sobriety is a lot. But your world was really large, and it got smaller in a good way. But can you tell me what you're doing today?
Now I am on staff at Friendly House, and it's a fabulous place. It was the first recovery home for women built in the United States, and it just completely reminded me that I'm a lady and that I'm a woman and that I am worth investing in. The drinking took that away from me. I didn't feel, all the women are nodding their heads, they understand what I'm saying. I didn't feel like I was worth investing in. And Friendly House just sort of scooped me up and loved me and The woman that runs it is just a fabulous human being, you know, Peggy Albrecht. And they just teach you how to feel loved, and they don't push you, and it was fabulous. And if anyone had said to me that I would be working in recovery, that was like the last thing that I would ever think that I would be doing. It is absolutely the most rewarding thing I've ever done.
Isn't it though?
It's unbelievable.
We're lucky.
We're very lucky.
Your world as an executive was huge, and the cars and the homes, and then you lose it all, but then it means so much more.
Oh, yeah.
That whole taking the public transportation, I did the same thing. You know, I couldn't wait in line at the DMV. I couldn't even go grocery shopping. I used to look at those people and say, how could you pay your bills and do all these things? I can't do these things. And then little by little.
I can remember waking up on Sunday mornings and driving to the liquor store and seeing people like pushing baby carriages and looking cute with their Starbucks and, you know, going out for their day or whatever. And I would cry thinking, how can they do that? How can they pull it together and do that? And I'm just like trying to just keep it together to just get my, it was an awful life. It's awful. It's just terrible. And I'm so blessed I don't have to live like that anymore.
You're beautiful on the inside and the outside.
Oh, thank you.
It's so wonderful that you're
Thank
willing
you.
to do this for us and come up here. And there's that woman that's there, that's that executive that might be drinking. And maybe she's still holding it together right now. Maybe she's slipping into the bathroom at her office and drinking, or maybe she's a consultant now and she's, you know, she's accountable only to herself, which we know how that's going to work out.
Right.
Or she's pushing all the people out of her life, you know, and she's getting honest with with all the people that are wronging her right now, but she's not getting honest with herself, maybe. And
The cars and it doesn't mean anything.
doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean anything. I was really lonely. Even though I had a lot of materialistic things, I ended up being in a relationship that wasn't the relationship for me. All that stuff, it was glamorous early on, but it didn't mean anything. And now I see women get their children back, and I see couples get back together, and I see women that are, you know, 18, 19 years old that are able to put their addiction to sleep and carry on with their lives. That's amazing.
It is amazing.
You know, I'm doing something worthwhile.
And you're a part of it now because you work in recovery.
Yeah, so it's great.